Super. So,
Robert, warte mal, wenn du nach vorne gehst, hinterm weißen Zelt, da liegen immer unsere ganzen Mülltüten, die weißen. Packst du die da bitte mit zu? Danke. Und die Wände sollen alle offen bleiben, damit die Zuschauer von draußen gucken. So wollen sie wegen Geld. Wir haben die Sachen drin. Wir machen uns jetzt im Ganzen.
Yes, hello and welcome to day number 3 of the IBSA Blind Football European Championships 2017 here in Berlin. What have we got coming up this morning? Well, our first game of 4 on day 3 is indeed Italy versus Romania in the round-robin group stages here so far. I'm Alan March, alongside me is Peter Selby, one of the commentators for the competition. And Pete, 2 teams here that have got off to the worst possible start. It's 2 defeats, 1 for Italy, 1 for Romania. Italy holding Germany to just 2 goals in their game. Romania, on the other hand, shipping quite a few against England.
Yeah, Romania, they qualified in April and they said that they're just happy to be here. But Italy, they'll be looking to beat Romania today. It's the one game that they've targeted for 3 points, and they've got a very young team, and hopefully their confidence hasn't been knocked by that defeat to Germany on the opening day and also on the second day as well.
Just give me a quick oversight of what you thought of the second day. We had the 4 games because we had the continuation of the Germany-Italy game from night number 1 after the rain disaster. Give me an overview of what you thought about the quality of the competition.
I thought the strong teams in the tournament, the likes of Turkey and Spain, really showcased their skills and their talents, scoring an awful lot of goals as well. I think the real display of the tournament so far has to go to Turkey. They showed not just their first team is very strong, but also changing many players. The likes of Hassan Sateh coming off the bench and scoring a couple of goals, a couple of world-class goals. And the 2 teams really come to the fore in Group B. But do remember that Russia, they haven't had their first game yet. That's later on today. The 3 top teams in Group B, only 2 can go through.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the goals. Unfortunately, neither of them are for Italy or for Romania, neither of them scoring in their opening games, with a great crowd on the opening day of the tournament. And Italy it was that conceded the 2 goals on night number 1. They didn't concede any the next day in the continuation, but the first 2 goals for Germany were quite good.
Yeah, Italy have got a real mixture of ages in their team. They've got a lot of youth in the likes of Francesco Cavallotto and also Paolo, and many experienced players in the team, like D'Alessandro, the captain, 46 years old. So maybe it was the fact that they had the opening ceremony beforehand. I know that the Italian coach was slightly unhappy that his team were playing after. Yes, they had the rain delay, so they came back the next day and performed very well on the second half of the first game, as you would have it. So I think they'll learn from that experience, and I think they are overwhelming favourites in this game against Romania.
But this is something they've got to be better at. This was a very, very long run from the captain here, and Italy will not want to concede too many like that, and especially the finish there was exquisite.
Yeah, that's true. Also, there's Fangman, the captain for Germany. I don't think that there is anyone on the Romanian side with the ability to actually do that from deep. They do have 1 or 2 players, such as Adjolani Bates, who plays his football in Germany, who is a really good centre forward, but he'll be looking to pick up the ball from the back, maybe the long clearance by the goalkeeper, rather than running from deep. He's not that sort of player. And well, there you can see the rain that really interrupted that first game. So fingers crossed we don't have any of that today. And looking at the overhead conditions, it looks fine and dry.
England were gifted a fair few penalty opportunities in their game against Romania, and again, discipline now will be something that I think the Romanians will have gone away and looked at and tried to work on, because you can't be ill-disciplined against the quality teams such as your Spains, England's, Turkey's in this competition.
Yes, I thought Romania did quite well actually for the first 10 minutes. They limited England to just a number of chances, a small number of chances. The goalkeeper played quite well actually, and then as soon as the deadlock was broken, then England really showed their quality later on in the game. But they did well for the first 10 minutes, and I think Romania will be looking for the same, keeping it quiet for the first 10 and then maybe building into the match. But one thing I do fear for Romania is that if Italy do score early doors, then it could be another big scoreline.
As you see some more of these goals that Romania were shipping in here, and some very good celebrations as well. Talk to me about the Italian team. We talked off air about the fact that it was quite a blend between young and old, very much a transitioning team here in this tournament.
Yes, I mentioned Paolo, he's only 15 years old, just turned 15 years old. Another player who's in his teens is Francesco Cavallotto. These players are the future of the Italian side. That's what many people thought. They're not the future, they are the present. These are now starting for Italy. They're both in the starting lineup alongside the captain D'Alessandro, who is 46 years old, I mentioned. So they've got a lot of experience mixed with that youth, so it's a really good blend. And I think the Italian side is only going to improve in this tournament and in the years to come.
As for Romania, you got a chance to chat with the coach yesterday, who felt that this was the game that they were concentrating on in the early stages, probably more so than England. They were looking already into the next game against the team they feel they've got an opportunity to take points off in this group.
Yes, it's the first major tournament that Romania have been in. Now, with the European Championships growing year on year, there is actually a qualification tournament beforehand. They won that qualification tournament, so they've got every right to be in this tournament. They did say that they're just happy to be here. They're not here to make up the numbers, but they are going to enjoy themselves. And the one game that they did target, like you mentioned, is this game against Italy. In the group, they've also got the likes of England, who they've lost to already. They've got France, they've got Germany, 2 very strong, solid sides. But the game against Italy is the one game that they've targeted to possibly cause an upset.
We'll take a look at the matches that are left in the group for Italy and Romania. That defeat on the opening day for Italy. Romania today, of course, that's what we're going to see next here in this coverage. And then England and France. So it's a difficult ending to the group for them. Italy next, obviously, for Romania, but then Germany and France as well. So this is the one, if they're going to pull a rabbit out of a hat against any of the other teams, this is the one where they need that first 3 points on the board.
Yes, definitely. It'll give the Italians a lot of confidence going into the game then against England and then with France. I think Group A and Group B are very similar in the way that there are 3 teams really going for those top 2 positions. In Group A, Germany, France, and also England going into the top 2. You can see that England top of the group already, with Germany both 1 game played, 1 win. France today, they'll be playing against Germany. That's going to be a very intriguing game later on today. But Italy, if they do get 3 points, then they'll go into those games against England and against France with a lot of confidence, and that's possibly where we could see a shock.
Okay, so take a look at Group B standings in just a couple of moments. But in Group A, it's England with that +6 difference, and on the other side in Group B, you can see one of the balls has smashed into our camera pole. There you go. Spain with a +8 goal difference. A tremendous performance from Spain yesterday against Georgia. Georgia ending the game with only 2 outfield players, and we'll talk about Georgia a little bit later on today when they return. There's a conscious discussion going on about how many players they've got left. They only came with 1 spare player outside of the first 5, so this will be an interesting time for Georgia, but it was Spain who were dominant in that game. Turkey took a while to get going against Belgium and then were fairly comfortable in the end.
Yes, Turkey were exceptional in their performance against a decent Belgium side as well, who will be looking to get their first win against Georgia later on today. But the game that really stands out, the one game I've been looking forward to since the draw was made, is the game at 5 o'clock today, Russia against Turkey. It's a rematch for the final 2 years ago in Hereford, where Turkey beat Russia. And Russia, of course, they weren't in Rio 2016. They would have been there. Obviously, they weren't, but they would have qualified through their world ranking. A very strong, solid side. It'll be very interesting to see them against Turkey. Again, similar position to Group A, where I feel there's 3 sides going for the top 2 places: Spain, Turkey, and Russia.
In Rio 2016, Pete, obviously with Russia not being there, does that make them a surprise? Does that mean that not everybody knows a great deal about what's been happening for the last couple of years?
I think that would be correct on a world championships or on a world level, but I think in these Euros it won't really make a lot of difference because there was only the 2 sides in this European Championships who were in Rio. That's Turkey and also Spain. So maybe if you look at those 2, that might be the case. But for the others who are watching on TV and then hoping to be there later on, maybe in the next Paralympics in Tokyo in 2020, that might be something for the future. But I don't think it'll have a great effect. If anything, I think it will make the Russian teams more revved up for this tournament.
Okay. Again, we talked a little bit yesterday. In case you are just tuning in for the first time, this is indeed the match ball, and Pete's going to explain a little bit about the differences between a match ball here in blind football.
Yes, nice and easy. It's a size 4 football, so slightly smaller than your 11-a-side size 5. It's actually quite heavy as well. And inside, you've got 3 bells, and the 3 bells will make a sound for the players, obviously, to hear where the ball is. There's kickboards on the side, and when the ball does go stationary, the referee will go over and just roll his foot on top of the ball so the players know where the ball is and the game can get underway. It is quite heavy, so if you think being a goalkeeper is, well, you know, you've got people out playing football with blindfolds on, it's quite an easy task being a goalkeeper. Not at all, because they're running at you at full pace and they can kick this ball very hard indeed. So the goalkeepers, you'll notice, may have a lot of padding on their shorts, a lot of padding on their sides, and they'll have a lot of bruises after the game as well. Yeah,
I must admit, I kicked one outside a little bit earlier on to pass one back to the team that was training, and I realised I wasn't wearing any shoes when I did it, and it hurt. So that's the ball. Talk to me about the eye patches.
The eye patches, it's got to be an even playing field. B1 is the level, so complete blindness. You have patches underneath for safety as well. You have gauzes as well, because occasionally you do get the old flailing hand in the face accidentally, and it can cause a lot of problems that way. On top of that, you do have the blindfold, and then many of the sides will have also a cushion padding on their faces as well, because accidental collisions of heads is a common factor in blind football, unfortunately. But it's a level playing field, and interestingly, you mentioned that the Georgian side only have the 1 substitute yesterday. It's because they actually had 2, but one of them actually wasn't in the correct classification for blind football, so they can't play in these championships.
Okay, we're going to go and take our cameras down onto pitch side, and you can see the starting lineups on the screen. Give me a standout player in that starting lineup, Pete.
Number 7, Paulie Obo, just turned 15 years old, a really tall, broad individual, a really good pace, just needs to work on his close control. Sometimes when he gets into the final third, becomes quite excited and doesn't really get good connection on his shots, but he's certainly one to look out for. Also number 10, Francesco Cavallotto as well, another one of the youngsters for Italy. And looking down on the bench, Nicolo Moro and also Zizou as well, who plays at a high level domestic football in Italy. So they've got quite a solid side, the Italians.
And here we have the starting lineups for Romania as well.
Yeah, number 7, the captain, Nistor, is a very experienced individual, but the one to look out for is number 8, Bottas.
Okay, thank you very much to Pete Selby. You can see the players coming out here on day 3 of the IBSA Blind Football European Championships. Let's get day number 3 on the road and hand over to your commentators, Jonathan Bell and Peter Selby.
Thank you very much, Alan, and what a glorious morning it is here in Berlin for day 3 of the IBSA Blind Football European Championships. Romania being led out by their goalkeeper, Vlad Tofan, in the green shirt, green shorts and black socks. The Romanians lining up in their chain strip of white shirts, white shorts and white socks with red numbers on their back. The Italians, however, in their traditional royal blue shirts, shorts and socks. Their goalkeeper, Marco Lamacchia, who had to make some very important saves in the 2-0 defeat to Germany to make sure that that scoreline wasn't any worse for the Italians. He lines up in a goalkeeping green jersey, green shorts and green socks, more or less identical to that of his opposite number, Vlad Tofan. The two teams lining up either side of the halfway line, facing us on the near side as we stand for the national anthems. Starting with Romania.
Und hier die Nationalhymne Italiens.
Well, you may have noticed the Italian number 9 there, their captain Fabrizio D'Alessandro, swaying along to the music. He may be the oldest at 46 years old, but his hips are certainly in fine fettle, that is for sure. The two sets of players shaking hands on the halfway line. The two people in red, either end of the respective teams. One of them for Romania in the red shirt, black shorts, and the very pulled down red socks is their trainer, Marius Corollia. He will be behind the Italian net, tapping the post so that the Romanian attackers know exactly where the goal frame is. He also is their reserve goalkeeper. As for Italy, their guide is Enrico Scalci. And he's got the red shirt on and the navy blue tracksuit bottoms as well. So the two sets of captains will meet in the centre. The captain for Italy, as I mentioned, Fabrizio D'Alessandro, and Romania are skippered by Mihai Nistor, their number 7, who came off as a precaution yesterday in the defeat to England. And the big thing yesterday for Romania, Pete, was making sure there were no injuries going into this game for Romania.
Yes, good morning, Jonathan. Good morning, everyone. It's important that Romania get off to a good start. Italy will be looking to get 3 points on the board against Romania, but the Romanians did mention before this tournament started that this is the game that they have targeted against Italy. It's a very strong Group A, the likes of Germany and also England and France. So this is a real chance.
Italy
They're starting to get 3 points. Let's listen into the toss.
Romania has the choice. You want black or red? Red, you choose red. It is red, so you want to stay in your half or you want to you stay? So Italy has the ball, yeah? Italy, good match, good luck.
So they're going to stay where they are. Italy are going to have the kick-off. And the referee shaking hands, and then just before kick-off, a lovely touch which I think many sports and also different versions of football actually could take into their respective sports, is that the referees will then, just before kick-off, go over and shake hands with the two coaches. It'll be quite nice if that happens. And the two sides are going over to shake hands to the two sides, and then they'll go over to the Italian bench and do exactly the same. Lovely conditions here in Berlin on day 3 of the IBSA Blind Football European Championships. A breeze blowing from left to right from our commentary position. A few clouds in the sky, but better overhead conditions than we had at the first game between Germany and Italy, when they had to come back the day after because of thunderstorms. So looking forward to a cracking day 3. 4 games today. This is the starting lineup for Italy, and you can notice that the two youngsters are in the starting lineup. Number 7, Pauliobo, and number 10, Francesco Cavallotto. They've also got the experienced captain Fabrizio D'Alessandro, 46 years old, and the captain starts for Italy. Taking a look at the side from Romania in their white outfits with red stripes on the shoulders. The main goal threat, Adriani Botez, in the starting lineup. Applies his trade here in Germany. And the captain, Nistor, as well, will be looking to get on the score sheet today. The giant number 3, Alexandru Cucu, gets a starting berth for the Romanians' second match of this tournament.
So the Italians will kick us off then from right to left as we look in this first half in their all-blue strip. And standing over the ball will be Francesco Cavallotto, who Pete mentioned there, the number 10. And also his captain, Fabrizio D'Alessandro, as well.
Here go the officials to shake hands with the respective coaches. There's the bench of Italy. And now they go over to the left-hand side to shake hands with the coach of Romania. So it's going to be Italy all in blue against Romania in all white. And it's going to be Italy shooting from right to left to get us underway. Standing over the ball, number 10, Francesco Cavallotto. Standing with his captain, Fabrizio D'Alessandro. So number 10 for Italy, Cavallotto, will receive the kick-off. Pauliobo on the far side, tall number 7. Interesting to see how he gets on today. Poke forward down the left-hand side, maybe a little bit too much on that ball from D'Alessandro, and it runs out of play for a goal kick to Romania in the first touch of the ball for their goalkeeper, Tufan. Long throw downfield, straight to the feet actually of D'Alessandro. Can't control, so it's down the right wing for Romania. And it's trying to be kept in by Botez, and Botez can't keep it in. So similar at the Romanian end as to the Italian end. An early start for their goalkeeper, and that's Mamaccia. He throws it down the left-hand side, controlled well by Cavallotto. Comes over the halfway line, inside the centre circle, dead centre. He's got his back to goal though, being well marshalled by Nistor, who gets a foot on it and pokes it back into Italian territory. First touch for Pauliobo, over the halfway line. Here he goes, past the broken line, dead centre, left-hand side. Down towards the broken line once again. Stopped, and his captain takes over, D'Alessandro. Just loses out to Carlotta of Romania, who does very well, goes over the halfway line, finds Botez. Good tackle back by the youngster Cavallotto for Italy, and now Pauliobo on his right-hand side, inside his own half, just momentarily loses possession, and a real chance here for Botez. Goes towards goal, but just overruns the ball into the goalkeeper's hands.
Yeah, those of who have been watching the early stages of this tournament will have seen that the early stages of games are a bit slow to get going. Of course, both sets of players just getting a feel of the surface, the width of the pitch, and also the ball as well, and the opposition. So it shouldn't be too long before we see our first few opportunities on goal in this game. Vlad Tofan, all in green, throwing it down the centre. It's met by his captain, Nistor, who turns on the left-hand side, but tackled by his opposite number now, coming forward, Paulie Obo. On the inside right channel, coming all the way towards the edge of the area, stamps on the ball inadvertently, and he loses track of where it is. And now Romania will try and get it away. The ball has momentarily stopped, so there is no bell inside of it. That's why there was hesitancy as to where the location of that ball was. Ayobo managing to react now just outside the attacking third of the field, turning it dead central. He's got 3 white shirts in front of him. There's a big cluster in the centre. Paul Ayobo struggling to come out on top in that battle against the very commanding physical presence of Cosmin Carlotta, who comes all the way down the Romanian right. But their attempt to get a counter-attack on momentarily denied. However, they're back underway on the left-hand side once again with Botez. On the left, he's got a man in his back. He's forced towards the halfway line. Nistor will pick things up now on the right side of the centre circle inside the Italian half. In his back, he's got Jacobo Lilly, who was a bit underrated, I think, against Germany. He was very solid at the back, and he's trying to do things in an offensive sense now as he runs all the way towards the right-hand side of the area. I think he may have got a nosebleed there, Jacobo Lilly, because I didn't see him go over the halfway line once against Germany, and he got straight into the Romanian box there.
Yeah, just lost control of the ball at the crucial moments inside the D. Throw out by Romania down the right-hand side for Botez inside his own half. Botez, who Romania will be hoping to plan his trade at the other end of the field. Picks it up outside his own D. And now he's going to have a lovely pirouette turn away from the Italian captain. And once again inside his own third. Switches play nicely over to the left-hand side. Straight to the feet of Nistor, who goes down the left and again just slightly overruns the ball. That's been the theme so far. Once they've got into the final third, both sets of players have failed to control the ball to then get a good shot on goal. But here comes Francesco D'Alessandro. Just loses out, wins the ball back. Referee waves play on inside the centre circle. Brought out by Nistor of Romania. Accidental collision with his own player. Right on the halfway line on the right. Out comes Botez though. In on goal. Edge of the D. Shot well saved by the keeper and a second save. Pushed it away. It was going to squirm into the back of the nets, but the goalkeeper reacted very well. Flung out a right arm. It could have gone anywhere. And it went across his goal. And it's still inside the D. Botez is trying to win it back once again. And Italy just want to try and clear it out of the final third. So great reactions there by the goalkeeper. Italy now charging down the left-hand side. Here comes Lilly into the final third. Over to the right-hand side of the D. Can't get a shot off on goal. Going to ground is Cuckoo, but he did very well putting off Lilly. And he didn't manage to get a shot on goal. Once again, Cuckoo goes to the ground. The ball's inside the corner D on the right for Italy. Still with Lilly, who's fighting to win the ball back on the edge of the Romanian D. They're struggling to clear their lines now. Cuckoo can get a decent connection on the ball. They're struggling to clear it outside of their own D. But here comes the tall number 3 up to the halfway line. In front of him is Poliobo and D'Alessandro. Good pass though to the right to find Botez. Botez towards the edge of the D. Again runs into a blue wall. And Poliobo can clear for Italy.
I wonder if there's a few nerves here, Pete. Communication not being great by both sets of defences there in the last minute or so. This has been a very open game so far. The shackles are certainly off both teams, and Ayobo trying to open the scoring. Shoots from the edge of the area, well saved by the goalkeeper. It'll fall on the left side of the area. The ball losing a bit of pace, so there's not much noise being made by it. Fabrizio D'Alessandro, the captain, trying to pick it up on the left-hand side. He's won a corner for his troubles. Carlotta coming across and having to divert it inadvertently out of play behind his own byline. So an Italian corner on the left-hand side. D'Alessandro stood over it with Ayobo, but a replay of Ayobo's shot there, cannonning off the goalkeeper Vlad Tofan, who was equal to it. Pretty rudimentary stop from him, but one that he had to make nonetheless. So corner taken by Italy. Ayobo coming towards the broken line. He's tackled by a combination of 2 white shirts. They are Mihai Nistor, the number 7, who's battling with it now against Ayobo. Botez was initially in there as well, but he's gone forward to try and create some attacking options. However, it is Romania doing the defending at the moment. Botez battling away at the moment now with Cavalotto. He has the ball on the right-hand side, just inside his own broken line. Manages to turn away from Botez and come up towards the halfway line now. In a central position making his run diagonally from right to left. He's stopped in his tracks by Nistor. The Romanians certainly are up for this one, battling away all the time, and the first foul of the game conceded by Cavallotto, and that is all due to Nistor's persistence and in the end getting a foul for his team.
Yeah, pushing the back, but there's a replay of that wonderful reaction saved by the goalkeeper. The ball was rolling underneath him, but flung out that right arm and pushed it away from goal. It could have gone absolutely anywhere, and it missed the far post by a matter of inches. So the first free kick goes to Romania. Team foul also for Italy. It was a push on the back by Cavallotto. Romania inside their own half. From the right, switching over to the left, Bottes picks it up just on the broken line. Pogliobbo's with him. Bottes gets the better of the youngster from Italy, but pushes the ball out of play for the goalkeeper to restart for Italy. Overhead throw down the right, finds Pogliobbo past the halfway line. Has to go back and try and find the ball. The ball's momentarily stationary, picked up by Nistor for Romania inside their own half. Goes down the left-hand side past Pogliobbo. Just loses the ball past the broken line. If he can pick it up, he's in a really good position on the left-hand side of the D. Now he does, but plenty of men are back for Italy, including all over the back of him, Lilly, who's a tenacious defender. Runs out of play for a goal kick. I think many of the players were lining up for a corner. Early throw out finds the captain D'Alessandro. He's only got two men in front of him. He goes to the right-hand side. He's not past the broken line, still in the midfield area of the pitch. Finds the kickboard on the right, pokes it forward for Pogliobbo, who's in a central position. Lovely little drag back, trying to pirouette away from the Romanian defence. Plays a sensible out wide on the right to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro loses out, and now here come Romania once again.
It's Nistor this time around, getting to the left side of the area, and the pace of the ball just too much for him to latch on the end of. Down the left side of the box, but such an open game this. 2-on-2 every single time. Ayobo now at the other end. The man mounting Cuckoo in his way, but Ayobo manages to turn. He's got one man to beat, shoots left footed and scores. Italy get off the mark in these blind football European Championships, and it's the young wonder kid, Paul Ayobo, who manages to finally get an angle on goal sufficient enough to strike it in the corner of the net, the left corner of the area. He struck it with that left boot, and it flew past Vlad Tofan, rooted to the spot. Italy lead 1-0.
Yeah, cracking goal for Pogliobbo. It's the first time really in this tournament that he's managed to get a good connection on a shot. And the youngster just turned 15, opens his account in a major tournament. And Pogliobbo delighted with that goal, and that'll settle a few nerves on the Italian side. So Italy lead by that 1-0. There's discussion on the officials on the far side, but it's going to be Romania to get the game back underway. Standing over the ball is Bottes. Looks like there's just a few issues on the Romanian bench at the moment, but Pogliobbo, he's got all the talent in the world. Real graceful mover with the ball. It's just when he gets into that final third, sometimes he can hurry his shot, but this time he managed to get a good connection. Substitute for Romania. Coming off will be Milali Nistor, and onto the field is Florian Kokas.
Well, I don't know if this is pathetic fallacy as far as the Romanians are concerned, but as soon as that goal went in, the sun went down behind the clouds once again, and a breeze has come around this stadium. Romania maybe chilled a bit by that opening goal, stung as well. It wasn't really with the rhythm of play. Both sides have had their equal opportunities at both ends of the field, but Italy will be buoyed by that early opener by Paul Ayobo. Has the ball now inside his own half, comes up towards the halfway line on the right-hand side. Again, he's got room to run into. 2-on-2 as Romania leave two men forward. Cuckoo clears the ball down the left channel over halfway, and the nearest one to it is the referee, and that is the last person that Italy want the ball to go near to at the moment. They need an attacker on that side. Bottes goes across. He battles away with Jacobo Lilly. The latter manages to poke the ball down the line, and try and set off a counter charge for the Italians. Good play though from the substitute Kovacs for Romania. Down the left hand side of the area, goal side of Lilly's shot, right footed, it's low, it's tame and it's wide of Lamachia's goal. He immediately bowls it high downfield, bounces once just short of the halfway line, and now the captain turns really well there. D'Alessandro gets down the left hand side, a tackle coming in from Carlotta, last ditch stuff for Romania, and it goes out for a corner for Italy on the left hand side. And D'Alessandro goes across, the 46-year-old joined by his 15-year-old teammate, Paul Iobo. And the combination of those two will set off another Italian charge. The two Italian defenders back inside their own half, so it's purely down to D'Alessandro and Iobo to make something out of this. Iobo back to goal, turns nicely on the right foot, central position, and he shoots just wide of Tofan's bottom right-hand corner. Wasn't the most powerful of strikes, but if that was accurate, it would have nestled nicely into the bottom corner and would have been another Italy goal. Romania seem to have had the wind taken out of their sails here, and they have to make sure they keep their ship steady because they trail by a goal to nil in what is their biggest game of these championships.
Yeah, as a replay of the chance for Poliobo, just there off balance as he took his shot, went wide of the left-hand post. So second team foul for Italy. They'll just have to mind that. If you're new to blind football, you can see below the scores that there are 5 spaces for those crosses. And once 5 team fouls have been committed, any more will result in an 8-metre penalty kick. So 2 for Italy so far, none for Romania. But the all-important scoreline is that the Italians are leading by 1-0. Ball on the left-hand side for Kovacs. Kovacs goes to ground under a challenge from Poliobo. And it's going to be a free kick in a dangerous position, but this could easily be another team foul as well. The referees, they come across to the halfway line and then signify to the officials' bench, and they give the reason. I think it's quite clear why the foul has been given there. He brought down the substitute for Romania. So the first personal foul by Poliobo, and yes, the third team foul. So Italy will have to mind that. So an attacking free kick here for Romania. Left-hand side, a yard in from the kickboard, around about 10 metres from goal. It's a 4-man wall for Italy. And there's 2 men back for Romania, who might want to push players further forward. There's the 2 who's taking this free kick, Florian Kovacs, and also number 8, Adriani Botes, who I'd imagine will be the person to strike on goal. It's going to be Botes, who tries to switch it to the left-hand side, finds Florian Kovacs. Kovacs, instead of shooting, tried to bundle his way through. He was only a matter of metres from goal, and now the break is on through Cavalotto, the youngster, over the halfway line for Italy, left-hand side. He's got D'Alessandro with him over to his right, but a good interception by Botes back for Romania. They clear outside of their own third, up to halfway, picked up once again by D'Alessandro on the right-hand kickboard. He was the furthest man forward for Italy, so he's going to have to do it all himself. Goes past one. He's got another next to him on the left-hand side, but he decides to stop, cut back, and go back to the halfway line. Poliobo takes over. He's going to turn away from Cuckoo. He does so very nicely. Now he puts the afterburners on, past the broken line, but Cuckoo does well, gets back, and now Romania can clear down the left.
And it's Kovacs trying to carry things away. You managed to turn from Iobo. A very physical presence is Kovacs, just like many of the Romanians. Kovacs coming all the way forward. Shot comes in. It's blocked by his own teammate Kovacs, who then tries to go through on goal. It's an air shot as he goes down the right channel of the area, and it goes out of play for an Italian ball. That's thrown over halfway. Paul Iobo now striding forward down the centre onto the left side of the box, and he got his angles all wrong there. He fired it wide, but it may have took a deflection. I think Paul Iobo, no, he's got a free kick from that. He seemed to just be off balance for me, Peter, as he got to the edge of the area, but the referee deemed that to be an illegal infringement from the Romanians to do so.
Yeah, just a little push on Poliobo as he was going to let fly with his left foot. So if you're watching this live stream around the world, first of all, good morning, welcome to Berlin. Italy are 1 goal up in the first of 4 games today. And if you've got any questions, then please use social media and get in contact with us. Our Twitter handle is at Euro 2017 Berlin, at Euro 2017 Berlin, and you can use the hashtag The Sound of Football and send us your questions, anything to do with the players, the teams involved, or any questions about the sport. What sound does the football make, and How big are the goals? What rule changes? Or any questions, then please send them through using Twitter at Euro 2017 Berlin and hashtag the sound of football. We've got plenty of people here working on social media in any language as well. Doesn't have to be in English. And please send us your photos from where you're also watching this live stream, who you're cheering on, maybe your family, friends, or just the country. Shot on goal by Poliobo straight into the wall. Actually, Poliobo shows his athleticism by going back to the halfway line and recovering that deflection. He starts again now over the broken line, stops, comes back to a more central position. Left-footed shot actually hit his captain, D'Alessandro. Inadvertently was standing in the way. Poliobo, a lovely pirouette away from two Romanians. Now he's got a clean start on goal. Shot underneath the goalkeeper. It's the second goal for Poliobo. It's the second goal for Italy. Underneath the goalkeeper from 4 yards out. And Italy have doubled their lead. They lead by 2-0.
One for the left foot, one now for the right foot for Poliobo, who doubles his account in these championships. Both goals coming this morning. And the Italians double their lead and will make a substitute now as well. Coming off Francesco Cavallotto, the number 10, to be replaced by the stocky number 8, Massimo D'Attoliccio, who scored 2 goals at Euro 2015 in Hereford. He was the Italian top scorer at those last European Championships. Poliobo, the man on your screen, just doing his laces at the moment, and maybe just having a word or two to say to that right foot. A wonderful strike with it a couple of moments ago to double Italy's lead.
Yeah, the wonder kid from Italy has really come of age in this tournament. 2 goals in this game against Romania. He looked to get back into this game down the left-hand side, but there he is back defending Poliobo. He really has held up that right-hand side very well for Italy. He's just struggling to clear their lines, and Kovgas can try and get the ball by the corner. It's rolling out towards the corner D at the moment. Well played there by Lilly, who's a very good defender for Italy. But here goes Poliobo down the right-hand side, past the halfway line. More central position, very dangerous here once again. And good defending there by Cuckoo, who got there just as Poliobo was pulling the trigger. And it goes out for a goal kick, so tremendous defending there by Cuckoo. Lovely pirouettes. You can see a replay here of the second goal by Poliobo that started the run, and then he shot underneath the goalkeeper. So 2 goals for Italy, 2 goals for the youngster. Here comes the more experienced Atoletto, who mentioned had 2 goals in that 2015 tournament. He gets tackled by his fellow number 8 inside the centre circle. Lovely drag back by Poliobo. Here he goes again. Left-footed shot wide of the right-hand post by a couple of yards, but another effort on goal.
Romania are so deep at the moment. There are 2 defenders, Cosmin Carlotta, the number 5, alongside Alexandra Cuckoo, the number 3. They are just stood, as they are now, right on the edge of their own penalty area. And there is so much room for Poliobo to run into. And, of course, he won't see it. But the coaches will be saying, keep on running. And that's what he's done so far. He's terrorised the Romanian defence. And his 2 goals have been no surprise, really, from the rain that Romania are defending.
Yeah, amazing. Only 15 years old and only just turned 15 as well. Good tackle in the midfield by D'Alessandro, the captain. 46 years old, again goes to ground after trying to strike on goal, but another good defensive play there by Botes. Botes loses out to Poliobo, who goes. There's only 2 players in front of him, shoots from distance. This time his left-footed shot is wide again on that right-hand post. But the pepper in the goal at the moment, the Italians, and at the moment you can only see one side increasing the scoreline, and it's the blue of Italy. Down the left-hand side. Good throw out by the goalkeeper. Trying to be picked up by Kovkas on that left-hand side. Well marshalled by Lilly. It's going to be a free kick here given against Romania. Lilly was just marshalling the ball out of play, and I think he's saying to the Romanian, look, that was going to go out of play. I was just shefting the ball out, and there was no need for a push in the back. Free kick given. And that's the first foul there by Romania, and this could be the second team foul. First foul by that individual player. Yeah, pushing in the back. Yeah, second team foul for Romania. So 3 for Italy, 2 for Romania. Once again, they can have up to 5 team fouls before any more given. The 6th will be an 8-metre penalty kick. Maybe that's one of the questions you can ask. And remember, use the hashtag #TheSoundOfFootball. Down the right-hand side goes the captain for Italy, D'Alessandro. Keeps it from going out of play. Now drifts over towards the central position. Goes past one, goes past another. He's only 3 yards out. Can't get connection on the ball. It rolls into the goalkeeping square. So the goalkeeper then can handle the ball, picks it up and throws it down the right-hand side.
Half-time can't come soon enough for Romania to just regroup, but there is 8 minutes still to go. And Italy are well and truly on top. Their tails are up. They've got a bit of defending to do here, though, on their left-hand side, near the byline now. That last touch, I think, coming off Kovac. The referee concurs, and Italy can start things at the back. And in fact, Paul Ayobo is going to get a bit of a break here. He's going to be a substitute now, replaced by Nicola Mauro, who got 1 goal at Euro 2015. And he came on late in the game against Germany yesterday morning, and I have to say he looked pretty bright. He will be starting alongside Jacobo Lilli at the back for now, however, although it looks as if that Italy had started this game with sort of a square formation, 2 at the back, 2 up front. They may revert back to the diamond that they had on Friday night against Germany. We'll wait and find out in that sense. For now, though, the ball is loose on the far side on halfway. A good battle next to the board from Kovacs, and now the substitute Mauro as well. Kovacs with that big bit of strength, the number 9, trying to come towards the right-hand side. Now he's got his hands in front of him because he knows he's near the board. He reaches it now, and now he tries to charge down the right-hand side. He's certainly met his match, though, with Massimo Dacelico, and he comes forward up towards halfway, the Italian. He's got 1 teammate in front of him, and that is D'Alessandro, but he's got 3 white shirts there as well. One of them is the number 8, Botes. But the battle of the number 8 is won by the Italians, who almost get into the penalty area there. A bit of a collision coming from D'Alessandro and Cuckoo as they try and claim the loose ball. The last touch did come off a Romania defender, and it will be a corner on the left-hand side for Italy. Going across to take it will be the captain, Fabrizio D'Alessandro, and joining him now is Massimo Dacelico. 2 men up for Italy, everyone back for Romania for now. And of course, Italy still being a bit cautious, Pete. They're not resting on their laurels completely. They're making sure that they're keeping firm at the back even when they've got an attacking opportunity. Yeah, you can do that when you're 2 goals up. Dacelico takes this corner. It's tackled straight away. So they'll have to work on that. One of the first corners, actually, of the game. But here goes Botes down the right-hand side. He's over the halfway line, past the broken line. Central position, edge of the D. Can't get a right-footed shot on goal. Second opportunity goes wide of the right-hand post. Good play there by Adriani Botes. He ran a whole length of the pitch, couldn't get good connection with his first effort. His second goes wide of that right-hand post. There's a swing on a miss the first time, and then he gathers the position of the ball once again. Good right-footed contact on the ball. It goes wide by Matteo Vinci. Second opportunity for in the last few seconds for Kovkaz this time. Well saved by the goalkeeper, straight at him, but good reactions by La Manchea. Still with the whites of Romania inside the opposition third. Good play coming out of defence by Lilli from Italy over the halfway line, over the broken line. He's still going from the left over to the right-hand kickboard. Across comes the taller Cuckoo with his long hair on that right-hand side kickboard. Just slows play up at the moment. There's plenty of players back for Romania. And Lilli, who normally is a defender for Italy, is rampaging forward at the moment. Inside Romanian territory, pushes it down the kickboard, right-hand side, tries to chase it and stop it from going out of play. He does so, it's right by the byline, he's now inside the D, and his shot goes wide from a very acute angle. In fact, it was exactly on the byline when he took the shot. Very unfortunate stuff there. Fantastic work from Jacobo Lilli, who I think is Italy's unsung hero really at the back, and he's not too bad on the ball as we've seen in the first half of this game so far. Chance for Italy to counter-attack due to a poor ball backwards by Kovac, and now it's his opposite number, D'Alessandro, right-hand side of the area, pulls it across the face of goal. No one in the centre to tuck it away, and it rolls harmlessly out for a goalie ball for Romania, and it will be Vlad Tofant to throw it down the heart of the pitch. Straight towards Kovac, who tries to turn towards the left-hand side. Mauro in his way. Mauro, nice turn away from Kovac towards the kick ball, but Kovac has not given anything up so far. He charges towards the right corner of the box. He's got a teammate with him as well. Kovac, nice turn, right on a dime, slides in towards the goalie's area and makes contact with the goalkeeper, Marco Lamatia. We heard that cry of pain right from up here in the commentary position, Pete. He's holding his left shin, and of course Kovac very apologetic, had no idea that the goalkeeper was there. But as we see, a wonderful turn away from Lilly. Fooled the whole Italian defence, may have been pulled back a little bit there, the shirt being pulled, and then he goes for a left-footed effort there, Kovacs. He slides towards the ball, but unfortuitously gets the goalkeeper instead.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to get punished for this, you know, Pete, and he's got every right to go for that ball.
Yeah, he did. He just, the ball rolled away from his possession. When he actually slid in for the ball, it was still outside of the goalkeeping square. Unfortunately for the goalkeeper, his leg was on the floor. His then foot rolled over the top of the goalkeeper's, and that's why the goalkeeper's down. A yellow card has been given to Florian Kovkas. So Florian Kovakis has a yellow card, and it's the third team foul for Romania.
The Italian physio then on the field of play at the moment. And their doctor is Giancarlo Sarudi, and Danila Grande down there as well, just making sure that he's okay. Marco Lamacchia seems in some pain. Goalkeepers are known to be the hardy bunch, but we have seen a few collisions with goalkeepers so far in this tournament, Pete, and they are nasty, especially when the forwards are so unaware of what's in front of them.
Yes, that's right. I mentioned in the build-up with Alan March that the goalkeepers may have to deal with a very heavy football, as well as players flying in on them, as you can see here, going for the ball, but catching the goalkeeper, who looks like he's going to be okay to continue, just hopping from side to side. You can see there on your live stream. Any questions that you have about blind football or these IBSA Blind Football European Championships, use the hashtag #TheSoundOfFootball and use the Twitter handle at Euro 2017 Berlin, and send us any questions, any language you like as well. We've got a social media team here standing by to answer any questions. Also tell us where you're watching this live stream from and who you're cheering on as well. Here goes Italy over the halfway line there. 2 goals up with 5 minutes to go inside in this first half, of the first game of 4 today. Some cracking games coming up. Good interception though by Bottes. Goes down the left hand side, just momentarily loses possession. Lovely drag back, under control now, more central position, squares the ball, trying to find Kovakis, who was just behind play. Now he's got it inside the broken line. Good tackle by Delosio for Italy. Goes over the halfway line on the right-hand side. Just slows play down. Lovely little pirouette. Goes down the right-hand kickboard inside the final third. Now more central. Again, stops. Tries to drag back, but tackled by Bottes. Tries to run down his own tackle. One straight into the substitute Mauro for Italy. And once again, Delosio this time plays it down the left-hand side. Tries to find his captain, D'Alessandro. He does so inside the final third. Left-hand kickboard. Comes across the broken line himself, more centrally. Loses out to the tall defender, Kuku, who is a good defender. Gets himself in the way, and now he's shown his dribbling skills. Goes over halfway, still inside the centre circle, just stands on the ball, and now he's over on the left-hand side. He's made his way from his own third to the Italian third. Tries to drag back away from the tenacious substitute Mauro for Italy. A bit of a wrestling match going on that left-hand side, and Italy come off better.
They do. Mauro then runs into a blind alleyway with the tackle coming in from the number 8 there, Adriani Botes, who now has possession right of centre over the halfway line. He's got 3 Italians in front of him, tries to dribble down the centre of them. He fails to do so, however, and Italy should be able to deal with that. Romania are putting on a bit more pressure in the last few moments. They could be rewarded here. Going into the penalty area is Botes. He goes to ground, then tries to get a strike away. Lilly eventually getting back to make the tackle, and it will be a corner for Romania, who out of nowhere have got a new sense of purpose about them in the last few moments. They're all seeming to chip in together, help out the defence, and be a bit more purposeful in the attacking zone as well. So it'll be a corner on their left-hand side for the team in white. And stood over the ball is the combination of Kovacs, the number 9, who will receive this ball from Adriani Botes, the number 8. So the referee blows his whistle. In fact, it'll be Botes going to run with this one from the left-hand side. He's central now, just inside the attacking zone. Checks back, tries to get on the left foot. Mauro, really good defending from him once again, but the referee says that it wasn't a fair challenge. Mauro pleads with the referee and his coaches on the far side that he was innocent in that one and he fairly got the ball. I certainly thought that was the case. However, it is a free kick for Romania in a good position, this, around 10 metres out, dead central, with Kovac stood with his right foot on the ball. Also going up there is the defender, the number 5, Cosmin Carlotta. And in fact, he's going to take this one. And without being too prejudicial, he looks as if he's got a strong strike on him. So we'll wait and find out what he can do here. He's got hands on hips. The Romanian teammates all stood behind him, so it's just going to be a sole strike on goal, this. No attempt at trying to get any rebounds or anything like that. It's a 4-man Italian wall. The guard behind the goal for Romania, Marius Coralia, just using the blind stick to tap onto the crossbar and the post. So striking this one will be Carlotta with the right foot. And I think he's going to have to try and refine the ball again because he hesitated, lost track of that ball, and now will go for the shot. So a bit of a delay for Carlotta to take this one. And I think they're going to retap the post, the Romanian guard behind the goal. He is as well, Marius Coralia. So a false start from Cosmin Carlotta before he will strike this one. At the 4 Italians in the wall, who are very brave indeed. Carlotta goes to strike. It is powerful, but it's not accurate. It goes wide of the right-hand post, and a timeout being called by Italy here. We have 3 minutes remaining of this first period. Italy leading by 2-0.
Yeah, they didn't catch that free kick quite right. It was from quite a distance as well. So it would have been a hell of a strike to beat the goalkeeper from that distance, even with a wall in place. So timeout called by Italy. Quite a sensible moment to do that. I think one discussion will be the fact that they have those 14 fouls, but also 2 goals up. Poliobo with those 2 goals, currently off the field at the moment. And Romania struggling to work the goalkeeper from Italy. And they do have number 9, Florian Kovakis, on that yellow card. So some fantastic games coming up later on today. Just to repeat, if you're watching this live stream, then please get in contact with us. Ask us any questions regarding this tournament here in Berlin, or any questions regarding the sports. Use at Euro 2017 Berlin and use the hashtag #TheSoundOfFootball.
Berlin certainly alive with the sound of football this week. The game's coming up today. Well, next up will be a clash of the Titans at 5 o'clock, Russia against Turkey. That's the first game in Group B today. And after that will be Belgium against Georgia. In terms of Group A, after this one, France against Germany at 1:30 local time. 2 very big European nations locking horns in what could be an absolute classic in Group A. And the crowd beginning to slowly filter into this stadium. No doubt, 1:30, Pete, they'll all be here.
Yeah, Germany, there was a full house on opening night. Obviously, there was plenty of rain in the air and we had to carry on until the next day, but it was a full house and we expect plenty of fans here for the second game. Germany in action once again, beating Italy 2-0 in their first game. But yes, that game later on today, 5 o'clock, game 3 of the 4 today. It's by Turkey and Russia, the 2 finalists 2 years ago in Hereford. Turkey, they were going beating Russia by 2-0 in that final. So Turkey, the defending champions, opened up with a convincing win yesterday, but against Belgium. But yeah, Turkey against Russia really is a standout game in these championships, in the group stages that is. And it'll be interesting because in that group you've also got Spain as well. So Spain, Turkey and Russia all in the same group. Remember, only 2 teams from each group can qualify for the semi-finals, so one of those big nations are going to miss out in Group B. And looking at Group A, lots of Germany, England and France. One of those teams will miss out as well. But I'm pretty sure the Italians and the Romanians will have something to say about that. Italy targeting this game as a real 3 points that they can get, and they're 2-0 up before half-time.
And they've made a substitution as well. It seems like an offensive one because off comes Alexandra Kuku, the defender. The captain is on. The forward, Mihai Nistor. And that was why we had a slight delay in proceedings there. The armband just being put on. Meanwhile, at the other end, the icing on a very impressive first half Italian cake was almost being applied as Fabrizio D'Alessandro tried to go through and get a shot on goal. Unfortunately for him, though, he was unable to do so. So the ball cleared away by Romania into the left-back position as far as Italy are concerned. They just allow that ball to rebound off the kickboard and roll out of play for the goalkeeper's ball. He throws it downfield, but it's a poor ball from him because Mihai Nistor comes charging down the centre of the Italian defence. There are 3 blue shirts around him. One of them, Mauro, who I have to say has been very impressive since coming on, gets a little touch on the ball. But I think the last touch came off Nista, and that is why Italy quickly get us back underway. Chance up front now on the right-hand side for D'Alessandro, right up against the byline. The ball just goes out of play there for a Romania ball. Bit of a basketball game going off at the last few moments, Pete. End-to-end stuff.
End-to-end in the last few minutes of this first half. The captain, D'Alessandro, for Italy, just failing to get good contact on the ball. But here goes number 8, Bottez, into the D. And again, just as he was about to take a shot on goal, just manages to stand on the ball and it rolled behind him. But he's going to get an opportunity here because it's going to be a corner from the right-hand side. Very good close control once again by Adriani Bottez, who is the main goal threat for Romania. Corner on the right-hand side, only a couple of minutes to go in this first half. Italy leading by those 2 Poliobo goals to 0. Romania all in white, Italy all in blue. Corner from the right-hand side. Bottez standing with the ball. Takes it, goes back along the kickboard to a more central position, squares it over to the left-hand side, and Nistor, who has to go back to the halfway line to recover the ball. But over there is Lilly as well for Italy. He's trying to fight back, but Nistor picks it up inside the centre circle, drifts over to the right-hand side, being pushed off the wall by his teammate Bottez, who says, I want this, I'm going to take over. He's near the D on the right-hand side, but a wall of Italian defenders try and clear their lines. Lilly's got goal side and now can clear down the left-hand kickboard, but Bottez gets back and Lilly has just to kick the ball down the left-hand side. It's going to be taken over by Alessandro, the captain. And momentarily the ball has stopped and now D'Alessandro finds it with his left foot. By the left-hand kickboard, goes himself down the left-hand side. D'Alessandro, edge of the D, right-footed shot goes wide of the near post. But a good effort there by D'Alessandro, looking to get it on target. Just went wide of the left-hand post, but good connection on the ball. Long throw by the Romanian keeper is going to go straight out of play for a restart for Italy.
Yeah, that last corner that Romania had a couple of moments ago, Pete, Nistor going forward there, and for the first time, Romania had 3 players in the opposition half. So they may be a sign of things to come in the second. It's Italy come forward. All the Romanian defenders back here. They look like a more cohesive unit, but they've been broken down. That shot almost being fired towards goal by D'Alessandro. Again, a bit of an air kick from him. He's not got the longest legs in the world, D'Alessandro. He's going to have another crack on goal that time around, perhaps favoured the left foot rather than the right. And again, failed to make sufficient contact with it. And Romania, in their right-back position, have 2 players over to try and clear their lines. D'Alessandro picks it up just over halfway left-hand side. Trying to regain control of the ball. Coming onto the scene is the number 8 for Romania, Bottez, but well worked by D'Alessandro towards the right-hand side of Mauro. Couldn't really track the location of the ball, and it rolls out for the hands of Vlad Tofan. He throws it accurately down the centre towards Kovac, who tries to shepherd the ball towards a teammate. Nistor is the one who picks things up and now has possession. We're counting down towards the end of this first period. There is not long to go at all here. Italy leading by 2 goals to 0, and that indeed is that. The referee puts his whistle to his lips in what has been a good first half shift from Italy, leading this game 2 goals to 0 against Romania. Myself and Pete building this one up as quite an important game in Group A before this one. These are not necessarily on the same level as each other, but if ever 3 points was needed in order to progress further in this competition, this was certainly the game in order to get them. Italy with 2 goals from Poliobo, who is suspected would be a very impressive player in these championships for the Italians. didn't really get much of an opportunity against a very resolute German defence on Friday night and Saturday morning, but today he managed to charge into the space that was being allowed to be given to him by the Romanian defenders, and he took his opportunity on 2 occasions. One after 7 minutes with the left foot on the left-hand side of the area, and after 10 minutes it was all about his right foot on the right-hand side of the area, just squeezing the ball underneath Vlad Tofan, who may have felt he could have done better, the Romanian goalkeeper. But at half-time, Italy lead 2-0 against Romania, and we can now go back to the studio, and Alan is joined by Pete.
Before the game, Pete, we talked about an Italian team in transition from old to young, and it was the other end of the spectrum. It was the young that really did do the Italian team a favour. Paulo Yobo with a couple of goals in the first half. They've looked fairly good.
Yeah, very impressive from the Italian team, and especially Paulo Yobo, who mentioned only 15 years old, just turned 15 as well. I remember seeing him as a 13-year-old, and he was about as big as he is. A really graceful player, a really good athlete. He's dominated on that right-hand side, and the difference between the game against Germany, the first game of this tournament, and today is that when he got into that final third, he was composed, he got good contact on the ball, and he scored 2 goals.
We'll take a look at the goals in a couple of moments' time, but tell me, what do Romania do from here to keep in this game?
I think Romania, they handled themselves quite well after going 2-0 down. The substitution was made by Italy. They took off Paulo Yobo, and we'll see whether he makes an appearance in the second half. And Romania grew into the game. They've had a couple of set plays, but the one thing that they haven't done is they haven't worked the goalkeeper. They get into half-decent positions, but when it comes to the crucial points, they lack a little bit of composure. They would like to see him stop on the edge of the D, control the ball, and then take a shot. At the moment, they're trying to shoot whilst running at full pace. I think just a little bit more composure, they can work then the Italian goalkeeper.
Okay, let's take a look at the first goal for Italy. Young Iobo getting both of them, as we said.
Yeah, here's Paulo Yobo inside the final third. Lovely close control, just moves it away from the tall cuckoo, and then left-footed shot past the goalkeeper. Again, good connection on the ball. He's a very tall individual, very powerful, and when he strikes it correctly, it really does pack a lot of power, and you see how delighted his teammates are with Paulo Yobo.
Some people would criticise a sighted goalkeeper conceding a goal from that sort of distance, but again, to emphasise the weight of the balls and the power in some of the shots that are here in these championships, he's actually got no chance whatsoever, has he?
Not at all. Also, the goals have been increased quite dramatically. We mentioned yesterday that 66 centimetres wider and 33 centimetres higher. They're a lot bigger than they have been in blind football for the last 20 years. So we're going to see more and more goals scored. And Paulo Yobo there just demonstrating the fact that if you get good contact on the ball, the goalkeeper can have little chance. And here he goes once again. Rampaging run, this time with his right foot, goes underneath the goalkeeper. I think he'll be a bit disappointed with his effort there, the keeper, but again, this one was a lot closer towards him, so less time for the keeper to react. It just went underneath the keeper, and again you can see the lights on the Italian teammates going 2-0 up.
Yeah, the first goal we saw a huge element of power in that left foot. Here was all about the skill in the right, and managing to place this ball very low down to the goalkeeper's left-hand side, and that's the second goal that gives Italy this half-time lead.
Yeah, it's an example of what Romania need to do by getting into the D. Obviously, the call then comes from the coach behind the goal to say, strike at goal, you've got a clean sight of goal. And what Paulo Yobo does here, he doesn't panic, he gets good contact on the ball, and the ball goes into the back of the net. Something that Romania will need to do to get back into this game.
So we'll take a look at the Italian team at the moment. So what will the coaches be saying here?
More of the same in the second half. I'll be surprised if we don't see Paulo Yobo back on the field, maybe as early as actually after half-time, coming on at half-time to patrol on the right-hand side, which will be the near side from our commentary position. But for Romania, I think they just need to take a leaf out of the Italian book. Again, a little bit more composure inside that final third. And if they do that, they can get back into this game. But the defence well marshalled at the moment for Italy by Jacobi Lilli. But D'Alessandro, who's been on the field for the entirety of the first half, he's 46 years old. I'd be surprised if he carries on all the way through until the final whistle, and I would be surprised if it's not Paulo Yobo who comes on for the captain.
Okay, I've just been and had a chat with Doreen Cornelis, who became the first female footballer to take part in an IBSA B1 competition, an international competition at least. You'll see that interview a little bit later on. It was great, the reception she got from the crowd, just veering away from this game for a couple of moments. The reception she got from the crowd last night was superb. Yes, it was one of the biggest cheers we've had so far in this tournament. She came on towards the end in the game against Turkey, and the one thing that I really liked about it was not only the cheer from the crowd, but also the Turkish bench and all the coaches. They were delighted, and then at the final whistle they all came straight over to her to shake her hand, give her a hug as well. It was really nice to witness that moment. Yeah, last year's emphasis was on getting women into football from IBSA, a project that's funded and partnered by UEFA, and hopefully Doreen will become the first of many as the years go forward, eligible to play in European and world competitions by IBSA. Okay, concentrating back on this game, Iobo, 15. He's the sort of player they now need to start to build around. We talk about the fact that we have a 46-year-old and a 15-year-old. They have to concentrate on those youngsters coming through, don't they? Yes, and they do trust them. In the starting line, we had Francesco Cavallotto and Paul Iobo, both in their mid-teens, and they were starting for Italy. It's not like they were on the bench and then coming off for a few minutes at the end. These are players now that Italy do rely on. The old guard, as you would have it, the captain D'Alessandro, 46 years old, as you mentioned. How many more tournaments has he got? He's obviously very fit because he's been playing every single minute so far of this game. But again, it's a changing of the guard, and Italy, we mentioned at the start of the game, they've really targeted this game against Romania as a chance to get 3 points. And if they do get 3 points, the confidence will then grow into games later on in this tournament, and they could prove a problem and a surprise maybe for some of the more fancied teams. A lot of teams here involved in these championships, of course, and the French team, a few members of the team preparing themselves for future games. And that, in fact, the gentleman on the bottom left of your screen is the French audio describer that will be describing the commentary in French to the venue a little bit later on. Audio description. Pete, let's have a quick chat about that. It's the first time we've had a chance to do so in the competition. The audio description commentary service is available not only in the stadium in both German and English, and for the French games it will be described in French as well. We're also taking that commentary, that's exactly what you and Jonathan are doing, audio description commentary being used on the stream as well, and it's something that's growing. The IAAF and the IBSA World Athletics Championships had it, Rio 2016, Pete had it as well. So lots of new sports trying to get audio description in and using it. Yes, it's a really necessary tool. It needs to be employed in every single sporting event, in my opinion. It gives visually impaired spectators the ability to enjoy the match and to understand exactly what's going on at all times, not having to listen out for either radio commentary or listen out for just goals or description from family or members or friends that they are sitting next to in the stand. And I'd like to see it spread around all tournaments and every single sport that's shown. And before I send you back to your commentary box, if people do have questions throughout the game, they can get in touch with us. Use the hashtag #TheSoundOfFootball. They can send us those tweets and questions, and Pete, you guys will try and answer them in commentary. Yeah, follow us through Twitter at Euro 2017 Berlin, and use that hashtag #TheSoundOfFootball. Ask any questions about this game, future games, or even the sport of blind football. Okay, let's go back over to our commentary team. First, you'll hear Jonathan Bell. He'll be joined by Peter Selby.
Thank you very much once again, Alan, for that. Second half incoming then of this game between Italy and Romania. Group A action on day number 3. Such a sunny day as well here in Berlin at the IBSA Blind Football European Championships. Romania struggling really in the first half to create anything in the way of opportunities. Italy clinical in front of goal. Their superstar, their 15-year-old striker, Paul Iobo, with some mesmerising footwork in order to create the space for both of his goals. But I do have to criticise the Romanian defence for being so deep and allowing him to have the room to go into in the first place to create those opportunities. Romania, though, looking a lot better at the end of the first half than they did during that rocky spell in the middle when they conceded the 2 goals. They will be kicking off in this second period from right to left. The officials on the far side with the Italian bench at the moment, just making sure that the eyewear of Massimo D'Acelico is correct. Paul Iobo, the man on your screen now, though, He's the man that all the Italians are talking about on a hat-trick. Could be one of the top scorers in this tournament, Pete.
Yes, Poliobo back on the field. It's a sight that the Romanian fans in the stand will not be happy to see. The 2-goal hero for Italy is back on the field of play. I was just talking to Alan March, as you heard, at half-time, discussing the effect that Poliobo's had on this team, really rejuvenating Italian blind football. And Poliobo back on the field. And just trying to find the captain. In fact, to mention that the captain might go off, D'Alessandro. I want to keep mentioning his age, but 46 years old. He played the entire first half. He's been replaced by the 15-year-old Poliobo. So it's Romania from right to left in the white shirts, taking a shot from distance, pouring the substitute. But here come Italy in all blue from left to right. Rampaging down the centre is Dallaccio. And he just gets held up by the defence. Lovely drag back, goes past one. He's just past the broken line, central position. Just loses out to the defence, who just hack it clear. Anywhere will do for Romania in these early stages, and that's going to run out of play for a goalkeeping restart.
And what's amazing, Pete, is when you talk about the different ages in the Italian team, when Fabrizio D'Alessandro was Paul Iobo's age, they were only just bringing in blind football in Italy. It's been a wonderful programme set up by the Italians, who have had it since 1986. They've got a big roster of players available for this tournament, and these are the lucky 5 currently on the field for them now, and doing a very good job indeed. Romania trying to start an attack down the left-hand side. It's very tight, though, on the left side of the area. 2 Italians on the 1 Romanian, which is Adriani Botes, who runs out of room in the end, goes over the byline, and Italy start from the back with Marco Lamacchia, who just plonks the ball down the right-hand side, bounces a couple of times into the path of Paul Iobo. He's got a bit of room again to run into. The Romanians need to close this down. They do eventually as he comes towards the edge of the area. He stands on the ball. He's on the left-hand side. Iobo got enough room to have a shot away. It's parried by Tofan. Straight back into the path of the Iobo, but he couldn't control it that time around. And coming forward now is Botes, who's had a good game for Romania. He's had a couple of opportunities on goal to perhaps get a strike away, but he's just lost track of it as he gets to the killer area. But it's Italy with possession on that left-hand side. Botes again over there to battle with the opposite number 8, Dallaccio. The latter comes out on top as he strides over halfway in a central position. Botes, though, beating him for pace and managing to come back round the side and win the ball back. He now has it left of centre in the Italian half, switches it towards the right-hand side. Paul now on for Romania, who looked a bit hesitant yesterday against England. He seems to have a bit more about him this time around. A very gritty performance from him as he battles away with Dallaccio, who does clear away into the path now of Paul Iobo on the halfway line. Well, it's at the minute a one-man performance from Romania, with Botes absolutely everywhere. And again, he can't really get the room to start an attack, and Italy will start from the back. Paul Iobo, though, almost getting his 3rd of the game.
Yeah, Poliobo can't pick it up inside the centre circle, runs out of play for a restart for Romania. And you mentioned Botes there, he's the main goal threat for the Romanians, and they'll be looking to get the ball to him as often as possible. It's inside the Italian third, though, with their number 8, Dallaccio, who tries to turn his man on the far side, far left-hand side for Italy. He decides to just hook the ball clear, and it goes to the feet of Kovakis, who goes over the broken line. His shirt's being pulled, gets a left-footed shot on goal, no power in that, and the goalkeeper can easily pick it up and roll it out first time for Poliobo over the halfway line. Right-hand side once again, tries to go between players. He does so, he's inside the D, shot on goal, well saved by the goalkeeper. Left-footed shot, Poliobo doesn't realise that the ball's just next to him. He's on the ground and being smothered by a couple of defenders. The goalkeeper's got the ball, and I think the referee is going to just stop play because of those 3 players on the ground. Poliobo here, once again, 6 metres from goal. Good save by the keeper. Again, good connection by the Italian forward, looking for that hat-trick goal. And again, Poliobo still on the ground. I think he's completely fine. He's just slowly getting to his feet.
It'd be nice to have that replay again, Pete, because I just winced as Iobo struck that one. I think he struck it with the left foot, and the other ankle was trodden on there by the number 6 for Romania, Ionet Anton, and it looked very painful indeed. He goes in on goal, and just look at that there, his right ankle is stood on, And, well, Paulie Obo, fair play to him, hard as nails, getting back up again and playing on there, not making a big deal out of that at all, because that must have hurt.
Yeah, he's a very tall, broad individual. He's only just turned 15. He's the Italian number 7. But no harm done. You can see the eyewear and the patches just being sorted out for the Romanian team and Florian Kavakis. Each player have patches over their eyes and gauzes as well, just to protect their eyes from any flailing arms. And then they have the blindfold on top. And also, some teams will then have protective headbands as well, just to protect players from any accidental collisions. Long throw out, it just bounces inside its own half when the goalkeeper throws the ball. It has to bounce at least once inside his own half, and that was only inches away from going too far. Here's Poliobo inside the centre circle though, going over to the left-hand side. He's equally good on his left or right foot. Lovely drag back as he approaches the D. Now central, he's got 3 men in front of him, and he goes over, no foul given, and now it's a counter-attack by Romania. A rampaging run here by Kavakis, goes into the opposition D, and the ball just runs away from him and past the post, but a good run there by Kavakis.
Romania not getting the result they want at the moment, losing by 2-0, but players like Kovac, also I have to say, their number 8, Adriano Botas, they have raised their game for this compared to the England game yesterday, but they're just not getting the lucky breaks in front of goal to be able to take their opportunities at the moment. Botas is the one scrambling for possession. He gets it now. It's slightly caught under his feet, which allows Datalicho to come back. However, he comes back with an illegal challenge right in front of the officials camped in that tent on the far side. So a simple decision for at least one of the 5 officials there, Pete, to make. And it'll be a foul in favour of Romania. And I suspect this will be the first team foul of the second half. Indeed it is. Italy with 1 team foul.
Yeah, plenty of people mentioning the new rules here in blind football. No longer 3 team fouls resulting in an 8-metre penalty kick. Now 5, and you can see those indicated on screen below the score. So 1 there to Italy. Also the goals are an awful lot bigger. 66 centimetres wider, 33 centimetres higher, resulting in plenty more goals. Also the time has been stopped after every incident. So more time, bigger goals, more exciting blind football. Here goes Poliobo once again over the halfway line, past the broken line, left-hand side kickboard. He's got 3 men following his every move at the moment. He passes the ball back and goes all the way inside his own half. And picked up by number 10, Tiberian Poole, who decides to go by himself. A lovely shot from distance, straight at the goalkeeper though. And the goalkeeper did well to hold on to that. Real stinging effort by the Romanian number 10. And straight into the goalkeeper's chest. Poliobo at the other end picks the ball up past the broken line and just miscontrols it in the final third. That's not happened for around about 10 or 15 minutes. Poliobo's been very consistent. Ball runs out at the other end for another restart for Italy. All their moves coming through the young 15-year-old. Goalkeeper bowls it out down the right-hand side. Controlled well by Maru, the substitute. Goes towards the corner. Can he keep it from going out of play? He's got a Romanian player with him. Puts his hands in the air to say, I didn't touch that at all. And the referee disagrees and says, a corner to Italy on the right.
Yeah, it certainly is. I think a third Italian goal really kills this game off, Pete. However, if Romania get one, this will be an interesting development to go into the final 15 minutes of the game with. Still got quite a while left. The next goal absolutely crucial in this one. Nicely poised indeed. Currently Italy reciprocating the scoreline that they lost by to Germany on day 1. A collision between Ayobo there and the number 8 for Romania, Botas. Botas coming out on top, and he strides from left to right into the offensive zone. Pawns are there as well. He's currently battling away with Delaccio. Delaccio, a very physical presence for Italy, always keen to get into a challenge. Pawn though, nice trickery from him to go laterally from right to left, just along the dashed line, but he loses possession, and now Ayobo is on the counter charge at the other end. Down the right-hand side, forced right up against the wall here with Kovac in his back. Ayobo will try and turn away from him, He has to retrieve a few yards before getting the room to charge forward past 3 defenders. Chance for the hat-trick, saved well by the shins of Vlad Tofan. That almost would have been game, set and match, but Tofan equal to it. Very close indeed for a third.
Yeah, good goalkeeping is going to be called into action here as well, because here goes Maro, same position, left-hand side of the D. Can't get a shot off on goal, but great save by the goalkeeper. Did very well. Went down on one knee to spread himself if any shot came across the ground. The ball's been rolled out for a goalkeeping restart for Italy. As this replay is shown, good goalkeeping there, right on the edge of his goalkeeping square. Brave, and managed to get down. You can see there on one knee to block any shot. Good goalkeeping by the Romanian number 1, Vlad Tofan. Down the right-hand side goes Maro once again, inside Romanian territory. Lovely little back heel, goes to ground, appeals for a free kick, non-given. He's still got the ball on the edge of the D, now more centrally with Poliobo. But here come Romania. They turn defence into attack very quickly. Kovakis into the final third. Good tackling back by Dalacho, who goes to ground inside his own third, nothing given. So Romania have 3 players inside the Italian half. Number 9, Kovakis, still with the ball, just momentarily loses its position, so it's picked up by his teammate Porn on that right-hand side. He's got 2 Italian defenders behind him, so he's going to have to wrestle them off the ball. He's going back to the halfway line. Now comes number 8, Bottez. Bottez straight down the centre, stopped by the last man for Italy. He's still got the ball, the attacker for Romania. Goes himself down the right-hand side, and he can't keep that from going out of play. But end-to-end football here in the second half. Italy leading still by those 2-0.
The difficulty for Romania is that with a 2-goal deficit, Italy can just sit back defensively and soak up any pressure coming towards their way. Romania aren't getting any space in front of goal to get a shot off at the moment, and as hard as they're trying, nothing is really becoming fruitful for them. There is a timeout called. Don't know which way it's gone. It looks like Romania, because the Romanian coach Sorin Lapadatu has the clipboard out. He's also getting ready for a substitute as well. And in fact, a substitution is now incoming for Romania. And it looks like it's Kovacs going off. And coming onto the field will be Mihai Nistor, the captain of Romania. He was taken off as a precaution yesterday against England. He seemed to pick up a slight injury on his forearm. He's not wearing any protection on that left forearm today, which signifies to me that he is ready and raring to go for the remainder of this game. Kovacs coming off, though, a tough day's work for him, wiping the sweat off his brow after a very industrious performance. But unfortunately for him, nothing forthcoming in front of goal. So throw-in taken from the goalkeeper Vlad Tofan for Romania. Downfield, cannons off at Iobo towards the left-hand side. But Botes trying to pick possession up. It's tight at the moment, and the wind breezing around Berlin certainly doesn't help the players either, as the ball may be heavy, but due to its small size, it's very easy for it to be drifted across the surface, unaided by the players, and instead by the wind. Iobo coming down the centre, again past 3 men. One of them tackles him legally, Botes, but the other one coming in not so legally. I think Anton committed the foul there late onto the scene, and it will be probably a first team foul of the second half from Romania.
Yeah, Romania don't want to be giving away fouls in dangerous positions like this. It's going to be taken from around about 12 to 13 yards from goal. A couple of yards to the left of centre. I think the ball's going to be rolled for Poliobo to either strike or take it further forward. I'd be surprised if he strikes from there. I think he'll take it slightly closer. He'll be told by the guide behind the goal. Be interesting to see whether he actually taps the posts or whether he just moves forward. Three-man wall for Romania, standing to the left of goal from the point of view of Poliobo for Italy. 2 posts have been tapped, so he could be shooting from that distance. I'll be surprised if he doesn't bring it further forward. Referee blows his whistle. Here goes Poliobo. Shoots left-footed straight at the goalkeeper, who saves both-handed just above his head. Manages to parry the ball out. And now defence turns into attack once again for Romania. Number 10, Taberi Paul, just loses out to Poliobo. He's going to have another opportunity here. Up to the broken line, runs into the white wall of Romanian defenders. And they try and clear it, and they do so through Nistor down the right-hand side. Not out of his own half, though. He's got 2 Italian men in front of him, so he'll do well to get past both of them. And he fails. Here come number 8, Delaccio, on that far side for Italy. Just loses the ball once again. Cleared this time by Romania. That's better into the Italian third, but I think it's got too much on it, and it will run out of play once again for a goalkeeping restart for Italy. Underarm throw down the right-hand side. Easily controlled by Mauro. Goes past the halfway line. Central position. Goes past 2 men. And the last man just gets a foot on it. Clears it back into the Italian half. Picked up by Pogliobbo in his own third. By the right-hand kickboard. Under no pressure. Passes it back actually to Lilly, who does well to stop it from going out of play. I think it would have been a call there by the goalkeeper to say, just clear the lines. It's going to run out of play. Here goes Lilly down the right-hand side as all the Italian men are back inside their own third at the moment. And they want to try and clear it, but instead they're going to run it out through Mauro, who goes over the halfway line. He's been brought to ground. He's chipped inside territory of Romania. It could be another team foul here, and just outside the centre circle, going straight towards goal. So yes, he's conceded a foul, has Nistor. But also, it was a very dangerous position there for Romania. A third goal would really seal the game for Italy. So without bringing him down, Barrow was bearing down on goal. It's another foul for Romania. But I think taking one for the team was Nistor. So Pogliobbo, this time from deeper, is inside the centre circle. He's very central. 3 men are in the wall. But again, I think Pogliobbo is going to take it himself, get in past the broken line, and then take a shot on goal. In fact, he's going to take it himself. He's waiting for Delaccio to come forward and just push the ball forward so then he can take it on himself. So 3 men in this wall. Romania leaving 1 man up top. There goes Pogliobbo. Goes over to the left-hand side. After the wall, instantly comes Bottes and gets the ball off the Italian youngster. Fought back by Delaccio on that left-hand side, approaching the D. He's got a Romanian man in front of him, so he can't get a shot off on goal. They're tussling inside the Romanian third. Both go to ground. Referee wave play on, and Romania can bring it out of their own half. Up to halfway, just stands on the ball, does Bottes, and Pogliobbo picks it up. Lovely little pirouette inside the centre circle. Straight down on goal. Central position, left-footed shot from just outside of the D. Goes wide of the right-hand post by a yard, but another effort on goal by the youngster from Italy.
Pawn on the left corner of the Italian box, controls it nicely as he leans down on one knee to bring it under control, but he runs into the blue wall of Italy. Yobo coming over halfway, trying to make some inroads happen for the Italians, but Botes picking it up in a central position. Drifts out left on halfway. Got 1 man in front of him, that is Pawn. Indeed, he picks him out as well. Back to goal, just on the edge of the broken line, but a good interception behind him from Delaccio. Can bring the ball forward for Italy. Iobo now has it just over the broken line, charging down the left side of the box. He's clear one-on-one and he drifts it wide with the left foot of the left-hand post of Vlad Tofan. What I really admire about Paul Iobo, every time he gets the ball, yes, he can't see what's in front of him, but he is well aware that there will be a couple of big Romanian defenders in his wake. However, it doesn't stop him from just charging down the centre of them. Brave as a lion is Paul Iobo. Saw that earlier when he got the twisted ankle, but they're charging down the left side and firing wide of goal. Ball breaks harmlessly into the heart of the Romanian defence. In fact, will roll all the way through now to Vlad Tofan, who can just take a bit of a breather and throw it down the centre. It's a good ball as well, all the way through to Nistor, left-hand side of the area. In his back is Mauro, and they force the Romanian towards the byline, and he runs out of room. In the end, Nistor, which sort of sums up Romania's game, 2-0 down. 10 minutes remaining, and the Italians taking things pretty easy at the moment, and in fact they're going to make another change now as well. Massimo D'Atlio going off, and coming on is the youngster Francesco Cavallotto, the number 10, and it will be Italy with possession of the ball from the restart. As I say, 10 minutes remaining, 2-0 up, things looking pretty comfortable, Pete.
Yeah, Pogliobbo's on the pitch, so Italy still have that attacking threats, and they're looking very secure in defence as well. 10 minutes to go. Long throw out down the right-hand side. controlled by Yobo on the halfway line, tussling with the Romanian midfield, and they just switch sides over to the right into the Italian final third. Lilly can't control the ball. He does stop it from going out of play. Looks to try and just play it down the left-hand side. In fact, he brings it out himself very successfully up to the halfway line. Past the halfway line, Lilly goes up to the broken line, still hugging that left-hand side. Past the first defender, stumbles, gets back to his feet. He's going from the left-hand side to the right across the face of the D. Inside, deep inside, Romanian third, and that's where Italy want to keep it for the rest of the game. Across the D, no one's really got control of the ball. Lilly's trying to follow every sound he can hear of bells inside that football. Any questions you have about blind football, please send them through Twitter. Hashtag the sound of football. Here goes Poliobo outside of the D. Inside the D, left-footed shots. And it's a hat-trick for Poliobo. Italy 3, Romania 0. And the Italian youngster makes it 3 on the day for himself. He's only just turned 15 years old. Many said he's a star of the future, but he's a star of these championships, all right. It's a hat-trick for the youngster, and it's 3 for Italy.
Wonderful finish from Poliobo, probably the best of the lot from the youngster, going into the area, unleashing his second left-footed drive of the game. That the fiercest of them all, into the left corner of Vlad Tofan's net, and I don't think there's anything he could have done about that. Poliobo, first hat-trick scorer of these 2017 Blind Football European Championships, top scorer overall at the moment, and Italy leading comfortably by 3-0. Romania will be with the restart now. Kovac stood over the ball with Botez, and well, talk about an uphill task. It is that and then some for the Romanians now, managed by Sorin Lapadatu. He joked to me the other day, he is the coach, he's the coach driver, he's the physio, the doctor, the organiser. He does everything for the Romanian team, but he will not be joking about this performance. This was the game that Romania were looking to get something out of, and they will be coming away with at least a 3-goal deficit here, unless a miracle occurs in these next 8 minutes. Corner for Italy on their right-hand side. Going across to take it is Poliobo. Goodness knows what he'll be feeling like right now. A hat-trick in a major championships. Can there be any better feeling? Just behind him is his fellow youngster Francesco Cavallotto. The Yobo will be the one tasked to try and dribble this one into the area. Goes past a couple of white shirts. He's on the left side of the area. Romania with everyone back here. Poliobo canning the ball off of the kickboard on the far side, and it ricochets out of play for a goalkeeper's ball for Romania. Thrown long by Tofan down the right-hand side all the way up to the opposing byline. And now Botez. Botez tries to turn his way into the penalty area. Still battling away now with Mauro. Mauro on the right side of his own box. Clears things up to halfway. Yobo breaks over the halfway line. He's got 2 to beat, goes for a long-range effort from just inside the attacking zone, left for the strike, tipped round the right-hand post by the right paw of the Romanian keeper, Vlad Tofan. And another corner for Italy, who seem to be getting better and better, more confidence as well as the minutes go by, and those goals have done Poliobo and the rest of his teammates the world of good.
Yeah, shot from distance there by Poliobo. Doesn't matter whether it's inside the D, outside of the D. Left foot, right foot. He's got it all. Shot from the corner, straight at the goalkeeper, who did very well. He wasn't taken by surprise there. He'd got his angles completely correct. It's very rare you see that, actually, in blind football, where a shot is taken from that corner D. Here goes Yobo once again. Left-footed shot again. Goalkeeper does well, parries it. Yobo goes for a first-time effort, misses the ball. Still got it on the left-hand side, inside that final third for Italy. He's got 2 men with him. He goes to the ground, nothing given. And now the counter-attack for Romania down the right-hand side with Nistor. He's gone from his own third into the final third, and he's going to win himself a corner as well. Poliobo slowly gets to his feet. That's a good save there by the keeper. Again, straight at him, but quite a powerful shot by Poliobo. So a corner to Romania on their right-hand side. It's going to be taken by Nistor and also Botez. They've also bringing in players forward. Kovakis is inside the D. There's only 1 man back for the Romanians. They're going to have to try and pile forward to get back into this game. 3 goals down with less than 7 minutes remaining. Corner taken from the right-hand side. It's going to be back towards the broken line. Stop, shot, right-footed into the mid-chest of the goalkeeper, who again got his angles right and saves well. Yobo over halfway line. Poliobo runs into a Romanian player and then just loses track of the ball. Brought out by Kovakis, who goes to ground. Nothing given, says the referee. Looks like Poliobo's left leg brought him down, but Kovakis carries on his run over to the right-hand side, past the broken line, now more centrally, approaching the D. Can't get a shot off on goal, and the Italians can't clear their lines over as well. Bottes down by the left. Again, drifts more centrally, stops, tries to cut back onto his left foot, but well marshalled by Mauro. Mauro clears for Italy, only up to his broken line. Again, it's with Romania on that right-hand side. Lovely pirouette, chance for a right-footed shot, parried by the keeper. And now Italy trying to hack it clear through Lilly.
Yeah, the goalkeeper there just as concerned about saving the shot as he was making sure not getting outside of his area. It was difficult for him there. The pressure still on for Romania, but Italy clear the ball through Lilly over halfway. And now a chance for a counter-attack. Cavallotto trying to bustle his way past Anton, one of the many physical presence that Romania have on the pitch. One of them's Nistor as well. He's now bringing Cavallotto to ground. Cavallotto not giving up the fight, however, he'll have to now as he runs off the pitch and the ball goes out of play. Romania get us restarted and the ball is down the left-hand side over halfway with Botes. He's got two blue shirts around him. He turns away from the two of them. Just one man to beat. That's Lilly. Beats him as well. Real chance. Shot comes in by Kovacs. Well smothered by Lamacchia just on the edge of his goal area, making sure that ball did not go past him and into the net. But you have to say, when Botes was through there, if that shot had gone either side of the goalkeeper, that would have been a goal back for the Romanians. Kovacs on the right-hand side, laterally running from left to right. He cannons off the board with the ball. He then charges down the centre. Lilly with him every step of the way. Mauro coming to help his teammate as well. They've still not cleared the ball out of their defensive zone yet, Italy, but eventually Mauro gets it down the left-hand side. And now it's Cavallotto. He's got the Romanian captain in his back. Nistor. Cavallotto, though, will try and shoot from the left corner of the area. Felled by Nistor. Now it's Poliobo wriggling his way through. Shot comes in with the left foot just inside the left side of the box. Well beaten away by Tofan. If it wasn't for him, it could have been a lot more in this game for Italy. And Tofan throws the ball clear down the left-hand side, trying to cause some problems for the Italian defence, but they respond to the questions posed by the opposition very well indeed, with Mauro gliding down the left side of the box. A real chance here, but he couldn't make connection with it. He puts his hands to his face in frustration. He knows he had the opportunity there to get a fourth goal for Italy in this match. Yobo with possession on the right-hand side, coming over halfway. Can he get a fourth goal in this game? He is tripped over by Botes, and it will be an Italian ball right-hand side, probably a third-team foul as well. We'll wait for the indication from the official, but Pete, Italy are just seeing this game out now. 4 minutes to go, and the game well and truly theirs.
Yeah, very comfortable 3-0 lead for Italy. Looks like they could even increase. It's going to be the third team foul. And it will be number 6 to be taken off, because that's the third personal foul for the Romanian number 6. So coming off the field is Anut Anton. And there's a substitution also for Italy. Number 6, Mauro, coming off and coming onto the field of play for Italy is their number 5, and that's Matteo Sitsu. So once again, thank you for joining us from wherever you are in the world for the IBSA Blind Football European Championships here in Berlin. And please follow us on Twitter as well, at Euro 2017 Berlin. Use the hashtag #TheSoundOfFootball and ask us any questions on this tournament, all for the sport of blind football as well. Any questions about players, teams, or any of the rules about blind football. Also tell us who you're supporting and where you're watching as well. Here goes Poliobo in the final third. Right-hand side, he's got 3 goals to his name and he's looking for a 4th already. Here goes Yobo, past the broken line. Central position, left-footed shot, well saved by the left leg of the goalkeeper. The ball still live inside the D, although Yobo is fouling the defenders, trying to get, again, possession of the ball. He's very eager indeed. And it looks like that's going to be the last effort for Polyurbo, who goes over to that left-hand side by the dugouts. Great save by the goalkeeper's left leg. Now that's the second team foul for Italy, and now plenty of substitutions are going to be made. Coming off for Romania is number 7, Mihaly Nistor, and onto the field of play once again is Cosmin Carlotta. I think that's going to be the only substitute made. Polyurbo is going to stay on the field. Less than 4 minutes remain, 3.5 to be precise. Italy leading by those 3 goals to 0.
And currently in our stand, the French team that have been in the stand for this match between Italy and Romania are just departing now out of the exits, gearing up for their game, which is coming up next on this live stream against the host nation Germany at 1:30 local time. Romania's next game, that's on Monday. They face Germany, and that is why this game, Pete, was so important today.
Yeah, timeout called by Italy. So timeout called by Italy. 2 teams going over to the far side, and they'll have a minute break. And yes, there's some cracking games coming up. Germany in action at 1:30. 5 o'clock today, you've got a huge clash in Group B. You've got a rematch of the 2015 European Blind Football Championships final from 2015. It is Turkey against Russia. Turkey are the defending champions, and they look very impressive yesterday. So that's at 5 o'clock today. Make sure you're back with us. And again, 5 o'clock local time here in Berlin. Do get in contact with us. I mentioned that hashtag, the sound of football. Send us your questions regarding the tournament and the sport of blind football. So this game looks like it's going to Italy. We're talking to, hopefully, Polyurbo after the match. I'm going to head down onto the field of play. And one thing I want to ask is what was said, actually, after the Germany game between the players and the coaches for this performance. I know they targeted the game as a possible 3 points. And also, one of the questions we're going to hopefully ask is, does this increase the expectations on their remaining game? They will be playing next on Tuesday against England. And yes, they targeted this game as 3 points, possibly against Romania, but does it increase their chances against the so-called better teams in the group?
Tough schedule for Italy, and some of it enforced as well. Of course, they had to play Friday night and Saturday morning due to the rain delay in the Germany match, but they will get a much-deserved day off tomorrow, regroup, get ready for that England game that you mentioned on Tuesday night. And that'll be a tough task. England looked good yesterday against Romania. A comfortable 6-0 win for them. England back in action again tomorrow against France. England having their day off as we speak. At the moment, Kovac on the far side, just talking to Sorin Lapadatu, who is, as I say, trainer, coach, physio, he does the whole lot. And he's currently just making sure that the eyewear of Florin Kovac is in order and correct. Of course, it's not just the blindfolds, Pete, that these footballers wear. They've also got the patches underneath as well. And the patches just being reapplied onto the left eye now of Florin Kovac. Just got a good shot on the screen of Sorin Lapadatu alongside the official, just applying those patches. And a bit of DIY of the eyes being done there by the coach in his red top, with Romania in white letters on the back of it. And Romania in their white kit, trailing by 3 goals to 0 with 3.5 minutes to go, looking to try and get one back here and restore a bit of pride for their nation. It's been a decent, hard, workmanlike performance from them, but they just haven't yielded anything in front of goal. Botes turning nicely, trying to charge through the 2 Italian defenders, who are resolute and with him all the way, and the ball just goes all the way through to the goalkeeper for Italy. Marco Lamacchia has not had too much to do in this game. And the ball goes right down the other end of the field and to the opposite number, Vlad Tofan, in his bright green strip with black shorts. black socks should I say, throws it down the left-hand side. Poliobo gets to it first, but responding to the bell in the ball is Adriano Botes. However, Poliobo wins the battle. He comes down the centre of the field. He's got 3 white shirts swarming around him. One of them is Kovac, who has certainly epitomised that workmanlike performance I referred to earlier on. He's been everywhere on the field, lacks in pace, but certainly has a lot of heart, grit and determination. He's trying to win the ball at the moment away from Francesco Cavallotto. The ball's on the Italian left. Nice roll back from Cavallotto as he gets into the area, left-hand side of it, but it goes all the way through to the goalkeeper's area, Vlad Tofan. And Romania survive another Italian wave of pressure.
Yeah, long throw downfield. Romania, if they're going to get back into this game, they're going to have to score in the next minute or so to stand any chance of pulling this 3-goal deficit back. It's Lilly on that far side for Italy, inside his own third. He's wrestling with Kavakis, who does well. Lovely drag back towards a more central position. 8 metres from goal, cleared by Italy. And now a counter-attack. There's only 2 men back for Romania. There goes Lilly, who's usually a defender, but he's turning defence into attack at the moment. Too much on that, and that runs out of play for a restart for Romania. Long throw out by their goalkeeper down the left-hand side to number 8, Botes. Botes, their main goal threat. Can't stop that from going out of play. And again, it's going to be a goalkeeping restart.
And a substitution as well for Italy. Francesco Cavallotto will depart from the field to be replaced by Giuseppe Caterinella, making his first appearance in these championships. And he, judging by the number 2 on his shirt, will be taking a more defensive role in the Italian diamond. It's been a bit of a cross formation in this game. They've gone from a square formation, the Italians, with 2 at the back, 2 up front in the first half. A more reserved diamond formation in the second, with 3 sitting at the back. And Poliobo at the point of that shape, up front to do all the damage. And he's done it again. Goal number 4 for Poliobo and Italy. A deflection off that one by a Cosmin Carlotta. Really fooled Vlad Tofan as the ball just whipped into the bottom right corner of his net. Poliobo just too strong for the Romanian defender, Anton. And despite the fact that the ball hit Yobo's right foot before he struck it with the left, the deflection certainly helped his cause. And he gets goal number 4 for Italy in this match. And they certainly, as if there was any doubt anyway, will be taking the 3 points out of this game. Great shoulder charge into Anton, who certainly was put into his place with that one. The Yobo shot was going straight down the goalkeeper's throat. And I think he just was resigned to the fact that due to that deflection, it was going to go into the bottom corner of the net anyway. Romania 4-0 behind now. And the game well and truly up for them. Yobo with the ball. I think he's surprised by the fact that the ball came to him there, but he soon turns into a quick attack. He tries to charge down the centre towards the edge of the penalty area, but it goes all the way out, and it is Romania who have the ball now at the back with Tofan thrown directly down the centre towards his opposite number there. Marco Lamaccio gets a rare touch on the ball. He bowls it towards the left-hand side. The ball goes over halfway, and it's Lilly trying to get on the end of that, the number 4, on the left edge of the area. In his face is Carlotta, the unfortunate defender who hit the ball as it went into the back of the net. Yobo trying to get another one here. Dead central on the edge of the area, switched it towards the right foot now. He's still tussling with it, gets it back on the left, and it just drifts wide of the goal, away from that right-hand post. Now Vlad Tofan and the Romanian defenders can breathe a bit of a sigh of relief there. An injury potentially to Cosmin Carlotta. That's why he's clutching his right ankle in the centre of your screen at the moment. Just on the edge of the goal area. And I don't think that news has gone through. You just saw Kovac on the left-hand side putting his arm in the air, ready for the ball. However, the ball won't be active for a few moments. I think Carlotta is going to try and battle on here. The referee is just having a word with him. And in fact, he's not going to bother nursing that injury. There's so little left in this game. There's no point taking the risk. And he'll be chaperoned towards the far side. And Alexandru Cucu will now come on instead. Cucu, who had a pretty impressive game, if you can have an impressive game in a 6-0 defeat against England yesterday. He looked pretty solid, pretty confident as well with the ball at feet when having to bring it out from the back. And he will now take his place in the defence alongside unit Anton. So an uncontested drop ball, which Vlad Tofan will grasp and now throw it directly down the centre. Looking for Kovac, who goes down under the challenge of Sistu, who pleads his innocence. The ball then ricochets off him out towards the far side, and it'll be a corner for Romania on that far side, the right. 5 seconds left. And the corner on the right. Kovac on the right alongside Adriane Botez. Botez has been very industrious in this game. He has the ball now. Can he get a goal? He deserves one. He comes towards a central position, an arcing run from him. It's thwarted by Jacopo Lilli, who celebrates in the air as he goes towards the Italian bench on the far side, and that is because the full-time whistle has been blown. 40 minutes up here, and Italy recording their first 3 points of the tournament, their first goals as well, all scored by Paul Ayobo, the number 7, just on the left of your screen, and he is embracing the hugs from the Italian coaches. It's been a super performance from him. He peels back his patches and the blindfold after what has been a remarkable performance from the Italians. They've done exactly what was needed. This was built as a very big game for both sides. This was the game that both coaches beforehand, Rossano, Macho Demencio and Sorin Lapadatu, said, we need to win this game if we're to progress any further in this tournament. It is Italy that have come out on top. 4 goals in very similar times, to be fair. Ayobo with 7 minutes and 10 minutes, very similar times in the first half, and then 7 minutes separating the 2 strikes from him in the second period. We will soon hear from Pete Selby, who will be talking to Paul Ayobo on the field, as both teams shake hands after that one. Paul Ayobo just been taken into the centre to join Paul on the field. But overall, a very good performance indeed from Italy, who will get a day off now. Their next game coming up against England on Tuesday night. That's a 7:30 kickoff local time. Italy have had a tough schedule in the first 3 days. They played on Friday night, and then they had to play again as well on Saturday morning. And then they played today on Sunday as well. So they have a day off tomorrow. England coming up on Tuesday. As for Romania, it gets tougher and tougher for them. They had a tough day yesterday against England, losing 6-0. Today, losing 4-0. And next up, the home nation Germany, who will be backed by a good crowd under the floodlights on Monday night. That is another 7:30 kickoff local time. Next up on this pitch will be France against Germany. France, the first time they'll be taken to the field in these championships. 3 times winners of the European Cup. And they will be facing the home nation Germany, who put in a good shift against Italy in the first game on Friday night / Saturday morning. So we can now go to Pete Selby. I'm glad to say he is joined by Paul Ayobo. 4 goals for him, and he's talking now on pitch.
Paul Ayobo, a fantastic man-of-the-match performance today. 4 goals after a disappointing defeat on the opening game. How did Italy change their approach for this game against Romania?
Poi congratulazioni per i 4 gol, una partita molto forte da te, però da tutta la squadra. Come ha cambiato le intenzioni e cosa ha detto il direttore tecnico a voi dopo la perdita contro la Germania di entrare in questa partita così forte?
No, eravamo convinti di vincere perché dopo la sconfitta con la Germania non volevamo prendere una seconda sconfitta, per cui siamo entrati con la mentalità di vincere.
Well, we had a sure aim. We wanted to win the game. After losing against Germany, we was quite positive, and coach said, well, let's go out and win, and we showed it and we win.
Italy targeted this game against Romania for 3 points. Does this change expectations going forward? You've got a big game against England in 2 days. Do you think you can get 3 points against them and maybe qualify for the semi-finals or even go further?
dopo aver perso con la Germania, oggi sicuramente dopo i primi 3 punti il punto di vista è più positivo. Dopodomani avete una sconfitta contro la Inghilterra molto molto dura. Come sono le aspettazioni adesso contro la Inghilterra? Potete anche conquistare lì 3 punti, e come vive il sogno di continuare in semifinale?
E giocare con l'Inghilterra è una bella partita perché sono molto forti. Ho giocato contro di loro 3 mesi fa e anche un anno fa, però non sono scarsi e sono molto forti. Se ci mettiamo la mentalità giusta possiamo vincere, secondo me.
Well, I played England 3 months ago. They are absolutely strong. It's going to be a nice game, and we will enjoy it if we show the right mentality and give 110%. It's not impossible to win, but it's going to be really tough.
Paul Yobo, 4 goals today, man of the match performance, and we look forward to seeing you in a couple of days against England.
So Yobo getting a much-deserved round of applause here inside this arena in Berlin. Alongside me, Jonathan Bell now, who you've had in your ears commentating on the game. The statement, an impressive young man, is often used. Impressive young man.
Definitely so. We saw in the first game against Germany that if anyone was going to score for Italy, it was unlikely they were going to with the strength of the German defence, but if anyone was going to score for Italy on Friday night / Saturday morning, it was going to be Paul Yobo, but he didn't really get the angles in front of goal to be able to put strikes away towards the opposition net. Today, Romania, they had 2 defenders and 2 forwards. The 2 defenders sat very deep indeed on the edge of their own penalty area, and Paul Yobo absolutely lapped up the room he was given in the centre of the pitch. He took it from the halfway line, he strode towards the opposition area, and on 4 occasions he struck it past a very despaired goalkeeper for Romania. And you have to say Italy deserved it today. They're not a one-man team, but Paul Yobo will definitely grab all the attention after a very impressive performance from him.
Okay, let's take a look at those second half goals from the young man Yobo.
Yes, and as he has the ball on the right-hand side here, this one for the hat-trick. He does very well with just one man in front of him. He manages to take it from the right-hand side into a central position. Of course, he'll be helped by the trainer behind the goal. But what a strike there with the left foot. Arrowed into the near corner of the goalkeeper's net. And the delight as well for him as he scored that 3rd goal was evident for everybody in the stadium to witness.
The frightening thing is, at 15, you can only get better from here. Stronger as well.
Absolutely. We mentioned about the age spectrum of the Italian team. You had one player at 15 in Yobo, and you had their captain at the age of 46. And when their captain actually started playing football, when the Italian team was formed in 1986, he was 15 years old. And it just showed you how far the blind football programme has gone, not just in Italy, but continentally as well. The fact that Paul Yobo has been playing since the age of 13, he's now coming to a major championships at the age of 15 and bagging 4 goals against a decent defensive outfit in Romania. Of course, not the favourites to win this championships by any stretch of the imagination. But it's all testament to Paul Yobo and the Italian programme. The strength for this 4th one impresses me more than anything. Of course, with the shot in the end taking a deflection, you can't really say too much about the quality of the finish. But it's the build-up from Paul Yobo. He's got pace, he's got good dribbling, and the strength shown on that 4th one as well. This kid seems to have a bit of absolutely everything. And the way he finishes is just as impressive as the way he dribbles.
Yeah, with a few more years of getting stronger, just naturally as a human being, but also being around the football training that he'll now be exposed to. You just saw him muscle aside a defender who was, well, nearly twice his size in width at least. He's just muscled his way through. He has no fear, this young man. 15, we will be watching Paul Yobo for quite a while. Him coming in from the right-hand side this time, John.
Yeah, and well, you mentioned again about the strength. He just tumbles down the Romanian defender there as if, you know, he was half his age, half his size, and of course that is not the case at all. One sad thing about Paul Yobo, we usually have a player getting a hat-trick taking away the match ball. That will not be the case today. Unfortunately for him, we've got the ball instead in the studio, but it gives Italy a lot of confidence going into their day off tomorrow. Next up for them, England, under the floodlights here in Berlin on Tuesday night. They've done their work now, the Italians. They've got 3 points on the board, and now they say over to France and to Germany next up.
So we'll take a look at the Group A standings, the upcoming games in that one, France, Germany, and then England versus France the day after as well. That France-Germany game, very, very much anticipated. It's what's coming next. There are a few people already sat in the stands here in Berlin waiting for the opportunity to cheer on the home nations. Here it is then. France will take on Germany at 1:30 this afternoon. Do join us as we say goodbye for now after a very, very good performance from Italy. We'll see you later on.
Ja,